Sabrina is crossing the line between sexual freedom and objectification whilst referencing the most disgusting book I've ever read.
Like, I don't know why you guys are being such Puritans. Like, I don't know what, like, this conservatism, like, you guys are just being conservative proof. You know damn well that is not the reason why people are mad right now.
I believe that Sabrina Carpenter is one of the best artists who is so in tune with her aesthetic, but I can't say that I really love what she's doing with the new album. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren. I do come to my channel whenever I can. So I've been seeing the discourse about this on TikTok, and I really wanted to give my 2 cents into this because I seemingly love to give my opinions on things I see online. So I really wanted to give my opinion on the whole discourse regarding Sabrina Carpenter and how she was pretty weird for some choices she made recently and previously in her career. So like always, please don't send any hate to anybody mentioned in this video. Purpose of the video is to talk about it, give our opinions, and overall have a nice discussion in the comment section below. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started into the video. So the whole discourse regarding Sabrina Carpenter is because of her newest album. So Sabrina Carpenter had posted a photo on Instagram, and it was basically announcing her new album titled Man's Best Friend, which would be coming out in August. So the photo showed her on her knees with a man holding her hair. And let's just say a lot of people really didn't like it. So I'm gonna be honest, the picture at first was kind of questionable, and I know a lot of people online have had their own things to say about it, saying that like it set feminism back and that Sabrina Carpenter isn't a feminist and all this stuff surrounding it. Personally, how I look at it is that if it was a woman of color, it would be a much different story, because I feel like whenever it comes to stuff like this, particularly leaning towards like the category that Sabrina Carpenter's music kind of leans into, like she's very free about her like sexuality and like being overtly sexual. She's free about that. A lot of the time when it's a black woman or another woman of color, it instantly becomes something that is fetishized, and we already know it gets labeled a certain way. So to be honest, the album was questionable, but it was not my biggest concern, because the thing that I found weird was that Sabrina Carpenter seemingly did a Lolita inspired photo shoot. For those of you guys who do not know what Lolita is about, it is a movie that was based off a book by Vladimir Nabokov, and it tells the story of Humbert Humbert, who is basically a PDF file, and he falls for a 12-year-old Dolores who is nicknamed Lolita, and that's why it's called that in the book. So it basically follows him trying to get closer to her, and he ends up marrying her mother in order to get closer to her. And ultimately, he is a very unreliable narrator, as he claims that Dolores is seducing him and being provocative and all that stuff. Ultimately, the book touches on grooming, pedophilia, and other similar dark topics. So when the book became a movie, a lot of people kind of seemingly romanticized a lot of scenes in it. And that's the issue, because the story of Lolita was designed to make the reader uncomfortable. It was not to romanticize anything in there. The whole point is you are aware that Humbert Humbert is an unreliable narrator and that he's a creep. You're supposed to be aware of that. So the photo shoot took inspiration from one major scene in which it's Dolores who's sitting on the ground and there's a sprinkler in the back, and Sabrina Carpenter is seemingly doing the same posing. It's a similar photo shoot. I don't understand why people have romanticized the book, have had inspirational photo shoots based on the book, because it's not a romance. It's supposed to cover a very dark topic that actually got the book banned in a lot of countries, to be honest. So because of this photo shoot, it caused a lot of people to go and look back at her nonsense outro from February 2024 at the Eras Tour in Mexico City. Yeah, So that happened. For those of you who may not pick up what was said, basically she said, I'm full grown but I look like a little girl. Come put something big like in, there. So, I don't know why we have to add a little sprinkle of pedophilia in here, That was not the only nonsense outro that got brought up. There was another one in which she said in the Singapore concert of the Eras Tour in March 2024,
Gardens by the bay, I wanna go there. And I'll take you somewhere that has no hair. Singapore, you're so perfect, it's no fair.
I don't even have to explain how weird that is. Because, it's literally, in the words, referring to children. We all know the intent of this. We all know the intent of her nonsense outros is in a sexualizing way. We all know that. So it was meant in that way. Because I can already hear an argument being like, oh, that's not how she meant it. She didn't mean it like that. But we know already that that's how the outros go. So I don't understand the concept of bringing in children, like the idea of children into a sexualizing light. I do not agree with that. And the reason I'm also calling this out is because I know I have called out people like Melanie Martinez for doing kind of similar stuff during her career also, and I was not gonna sit by and stay silent on this and be a hypocrite, because I'm gonna be honest, I do listen to Sabrina Carpenter's music, but you can call out stuff like this because this is wrong. I don't think you should be bringing or mentioning children into stuff like that. That's not right. That's wrong. I'm being very honest. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I feel like you really can't defend that. Like, you do not have to defend your favorite artist for everything. You can call them out and still like them. And that's something I've preached so much on my channel before. I guess how I look at this is that Sydney Sweeney was getting called out for the body wash, the bathwater soap, and the ad she put out for that, in which she said, "You dirty little boys." And people were saying oh, that's kind of weird that you're referring to children and stuff. So I guess how I look at it is that Sydney Sweeney got backlash. She got backlash. But Sabrina Carpenter isn't getting backlash for the comment she made about looking like a little girl and the Lolita inspired photo shoot. At this point, I feel like y'all are just picking and choosing who to get mad at, because they both did literally they both mentioned children in a very weird way. Both of them should get the same end of the stick. I'm gonna be very honest, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Sydney Sweeney is already at a disadvantage when it comes to stuff like this, because she isn't really liked by women. So of course, people are gonna go and attack her for the ad she made and everything. But what Sabrina did was just as bad, but all of a sudden people are on their knees defending her when she brought up children in a weird way, just like Sydney Sweeney did. I don't know. I just feel like people are picking and choosing about who they favor, and they're just as bad as each other. What they both did is just as bad. You cannot be sitting here saying, oh, what she did was terrible, she's such a pick-me, this and that, whatever, and then somebody else does the exact same thing and you say, oh, well, actually, no, she didn't mean it like that, it's satire. No, we're not doing that. Let's not do that, please. Let's hold them both to the same standard. Overall, I feel like people are just picking and choosing who to get mad at and who not to get mad at, because the album cover is one thing. This is something else. And I feel like if you're going to hold Sydney Sweeney to one standard, hold the same standard for Sabrina and everybody else. That's how I look at it. But at the same token, I do want to stress, because they're both, and maybe this is just me, they're both white women. If someone of color, a woman of color did this, you already know, I feel like they would have been dragged so hard. So I don't know, maybe that's just me. You can still have your faves, you can still like them, and call them out when they're being weird. So literally right when I was about to finish fully editing this video, I saw that Sabrina Carpenter had posted a comment in this creator's TikTok in which she said the following: I've never seen this movie. It's never been on my mood board and never would be. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was kind of quick, kind of brief, only because I really wanted to give my opinion on this particular matter, because the album Discourse is one thing, but this is something like completely different. But yeah, no, so I really want to give my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below what else you guys want me to talk about on my channel. Currently, right now, I'm studying for the LSATs. Even though I'm going to be a junior in college, I'm studying a year early to hopefully get a good score in the LSATs, I hope. So I'm hoping my rollout of videos is still smooth and everything. But yeah, no, but that's what's going on right now. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time on my channel. Bye, guys.